I think that first half of the innings, when the ball's hard, is going to be the time to try and score.
Thank you. I don't know if it's a cold ice bath or whatever, but you need it.
Yeah, we'll jump straight in. Thanks.
Pleasure. Thanks.
That was Pat Cummins in conversation with Harsha Bhogle. Pat Cummins returned with figures of 4 for 29 and India bowled out for 250 and at the end of 48.2 overs. 116 from Virat Kohli, 46 from Vijay Shankar, the two standout innings, and their partnership of 81 certainly stabilized India a fair bit. So the target for Australia 251, and we'll step into a short break and then you can catch the highlights of the first innings.
To prove their might. 2 T20s, 5 ODIs, Australia Tour of India.
For 2 now, India. He bowls to Raidu, who's big appeal for LBW, and the finger goes up. Raidu going for DRS straight away. Did the ball pitch outside the leg stump? That was his indication to Virat Kohli. This could be a pivotal moment here. And we have gone upstairs. It's Joel Wilson who is the third umpire. Nitin Menon, the on-field umpire, who gave out as the signal. So here we go on the replay. Well, the front foot looks fine there. So no cause for worry that it's a no ball. Now, did it pitch outside the leg stump? That's the big question. Turned and came in. Raidu, not sure what he was trying to do here. Bat came down at an angle and then he tried to flick it onto the offside, completely missed and was hit on his back thigh. Height might not be as big of a factor. Here we go. Yes, it pitches in line. Impact in line, hitting the wickets. That is out. And India have not only lost their review, but they have also lost the third wicket. 75 for 3 after 17. Ambati Rayudu, LBW out of Nathan Lyon.
Outside the off comes time, cut and cut fiercely. There is no protection in the deep on the point side. Boundary, first boundary of the blade of Vijay Shankar, and that also takes India past the 100 mark. 101 for 3 now in the 21st over. So India recovering from the early loss of Rohit Sharma, having lost both the openers in the power play overs, and Nathan Coulter-Nile continues to bleed runs. The next one again. 19 deliveries, 1 for 12. Nathan Lyon this time again pitching it down the leg side, clipped away to the right of the deep fine leg fielder. It will race into the fence. The fine leg fielder was placed a little square by Nathan Lyon. Vijay Shankar very cleverly played the shot fine to pick up his second boundary. Moves on to now 19. This time driven past by Vijay Shankar, past the mid-on fielder into the fence. Third boundary for Vijay Shankar. India move on to 119. The best of days, 34 in his 6th over so far. 5.2. Nathan Coulter-Nile this time guided away past the cover fielder, and that will bring up the 50 for Virat Kohli. 6th against Australia and 2nd at this ground for Virat Kohli. The crowd rises to cheer the Indian captain. 50 of 55 deliveries with the help of 6 boundaries. That's what the strike rate has been for the Indian captain. And now definitely Virat Kohli would be looking to get a move on. He is set. He is batting.
This time up in the air. Back of length from Stoinis again. Vijay Shankar leans back and smashes it through the air. One bounce over the mid-wicket fence. 4th boundary for Shankar. He's moved on to 34 of 34 balls. It's 133 for 3. Stoinis once again. This time again that aerial route. He goes big. This is 6. 27 overs gone. It's 141 for 3. 6th boundary for Virat Kohli. He's moved on to 57 now, and runs starting to come in a canter for India. Watching the ball, playing it ever so late, and a boundary to start. And fuller delivery this time, smashed down the ground. Long on and long off there, but it bisects them. They will not be able to stop it. Taken on the full and smashed it. That's his 5. That is 5th boundary in fact. 5 fours now for Shankar in 40 balls and a 6 as well. India 151 for 3 now. The run rate is climbing. It's 5.36 now. In the deep this time, driven by Virat Kohli. Chase for the fielder at long off, but he will not be able to cut it off. Second boundary, latched onto it, smashed it towards mid-wicket. Long boundaries, otherwise it could have been a 6 as well. One bounce over the rope. Mid-wicket, as I said, and long on in position. Nathan Lyon once again over the wicket to Virat Kohli, who's dabbed it down, and third man is giving chase. Will he be able to cut it off? No, that's a ball for Virat Kohli. His third boundary. Moves on to 30 of 33 balls. First boundary for, or in fact off Lyon's bowling. Crowd up on their feet. This is really good maneuvering by Virat Kohli. 74 for 2 now, India. He bowls to Rayudu, who's big appeal for LBW, and the finger goes up. Rayudu going for DRS straight away. Did the ball pitch outside the leg stump? That was his indication to Virat Kohli. This could be a pivotal moment here. And we have gone upstairs. It's Joel Wilson who is the third umpire. Nitin Menon, the on-field umpire, who gave out as the signal. So here we go on the replay. Well, the front foot looks fine there, so no cause for worry that it's a no ball. Now, did it pitch outside the leg stump? That's the big question. Turned and came in. Rayudu, not sure what he was trying to do here. Bat came down at an angle, and then he tried to flick it onto the offside, completely missed and was hit on his back thigh. Height might not be as big of a factor. Here we go. Yes, it pitches in line. Impact in line, hitting the wickets. That is out. And India have not only lost their review, but they have also lost the third wicket. 75 for 3 after 17. Ambati Rayudu, LBW out of Nathan Lyon.
Outside the off stump, cut and cut fiercely. There is no protection in the deep on the point side. Boundary, first boundary of the blade of Vijay Shankar, and that also takes India past the 100 mark. 101 for 3 now in the 21st over. So India recovering from the early loss of Rohit Sharma, having lost both the openers in the power play overs, and Nathan Coulter-Nile continues to bleed runs. The next one again.
19 deliveries, 1 for 12. Nathan Lyon this time again pitching it down the leg side, clipped away to the right of the deep fine leg fielder. It will race into the fence. The fine leg fielder was placed a little square by Nathan Lyon. Vijay Shankar very cleverly played the shot fine to pick up his second boundary. Moves on to now 19. This time driven past by Vijay Shankar, past the mid-on fielder into the fence. Third boundary for Vijay Shankar. India move on to 119. The best of days, 34 in his 6th over so far. 5.2. Nathan Coulter-Nile this time guided away past the cover fielder, and that will bring up the 50 for Virat Kohli. 6th against Australia and 2nd at this ground for Virat Kohli. The crowd rises to cheer the Indian captain. 50 of 55 deliveries with the help of 6 boundaries. That's what the strike rate has been for the Indian captain. And now definitely Virat Kohli would be looking to get a move on. He is set. He is batting.
This time up in the air. Back of length from Stoinis again. Vijay Shankar leans back and smashes it through the air. One bounce over the mid-wicket fence. 4th boundary for Shankar. He's moved on to 34 of 34 balls. It's 133 for 3. Stoinis once again. This time again that aerial route. He goes big. This is 6. 27 overs gone. It's 141 for 3. 6th boundary for Virat Kohli. He's moved on to 57 now, and runs starting to come in a canter for India. Watching the ball, playing it ever so late, and a boundary to start. And fuller delivery this time, smashed down the ground. Long on and long off there, but it bisects them. They will not be able to stop it. Taken on the full and smashed it. That's his 5. That is 5th boundary in fact. 5 fours now for Shankar in 40 balls and a 6 as well. India 151 for 3 now. The run rate is climbing. It's 5.36 now. In the deep this time, driven by Virat Kohli. Chase for the fielder at long off, but he will not be able to cut it off. 2nd boundary of this over. This is brilliant batting by these two. Kohli moves on to 62. 9 runs of 4 deliveries already this over. Back of the hand flipper from Zampa, but really tossed up and smashed by Kohli. Once again Zampa to Virat. This is flatter through the air. He smashed it down the ground. He's got a hand to it. Can you believe it? Vijay Shankar could be run out again in his 40s. He dove, but did he make his ground? He's not looking confident. Zampa and Australians are confident. Shankar stretching, and the bat is shot. Wow. He's run out.
This time waiting and tries to sweep, misses. Ball going right under us. into the pavilion in boundary. So off the bat is the signal from umpire Nitin Menon. First boundary, not the way he wanted to get it, but getting off the lower inside edge of the bat and going under and between the legs of wicketkeeper Alex Carey. Adam Zampa tad disappointed, but 4 runs nonetheless for India. 171 for 4. Zampa's time outside the off-stump, crashed it straight to the fielder at short cover, and that will be the end of Kedar Jadhav. Caught for 11 of 12 deliveries, driving straight and into the hands of short covers Aaron Finch, the Australian captain. He doesn't miss too many, and first wicket of this match for Adam Zampa. Kedar Jadhav gone for 11 of 12, just 1 boundary to his name, and 5th wicket gone down for India. The score on 171. It's Kedar Jadhav who has gone back to the pavilion, and the big cheer from the crowd indicates no guesses. It is Mahendra Singh Dhoni. Given away just 2 runs off the bat, 2 of the wides. Will take his ball to 4 this time, driven down between mid-wicket and long on. Bit of a misunderstanding there. The mid-wicket fielder threw the ball at the long on fielder, and before Stoinis could get it back in, 2 runs taken by Virat Kohli. That brings us to the end of over number 37. 190 for the loss of 6 wickets.
Required or deserved this time, a wide slash outside off stump. Third man will have no chance. It flew over the backward point region. Glenn Maxwell was just watching. 8th boundary for Virat Kohli now, and he has moved on into the 80s. 82 not out. 5 runs of this over. It was a little too wide from Pat Cummins, allowing Kohli to chance his arms. And third man, like I said, was not able to cut it off. He's asking if he should move squarer now. Pat Cummins says no. Backward point still in position. Cummins once again to Virat Kohli.
Welcome back. Nathan Coulter-Nile in his 8th over, square cuts and brings a loud cheer. The entire crowd has jumped on its feet. 103 now, Kohli. 40th one-day 100 for the Indian captain. The 7th against Australia, and what a way to bring it. Acknowledges the crowd all around the stadium, does Virat Kohli. A huge smile of satisfaction on his face. Virat Kohli, 103 of 107 balls, strike rate of 96.3. Now that's how effective he has been. 103 of 107 deliveries, his 2nd century of 2019, the previous one also having come against Australia. Innings of 104 at Adelaide. Long on, deep mid-wicket, deep square leg. Other 3 men protecting the boundary on the onside. Fine leg, and this time it goes high and taken. No, dropped there by the fielder. That was Marcus Stoinis running to his right. Had a blinder of a catch in Bengaluru, but here could not get to it. Pulled by Ravindra Jadeja in the air for quite a while, but then as Marcus Stoinis dived to his right, the ball hitting his fingers and spilling out. Marcus Stoinis would be disappointed, given away 12 runs, and a reprieve for Jadeja. 2 runs for him takes him on to 17. India 231 for 6. The next one is played away to his short pitching to definitely target. Another single picked up by Ravindra Jadeja, played very, very soft hands, and before the deep mid-wicket fielder can come in, batsman complete 2 quick runs, and score moves on to 236. So as Glenn Maxwell. Glenn Maxwell bowled out 10 overs, 45 for 1, and this time chipped away over the head of, no, it is Osman Khwaja getting under it, and that will be the end of Ravindra Jadeja's resistance. He is gone, caught by Khwaja at mid-on, tried to go over the top but could not clear mid-on, and that's wicket number 2 for Pat Cummins. And now India have got a lot of thinking to do. because that will bring in the tail enders into play.
With Virat Kohli. It's time going between mid-wicket and long on. There is protection, but long on fielder cannot reach it. And that is a very, very well placed boundary by Virat Kohli. He knows he cannot rely on his remaining partners any longer. He's got to take the responsibility, and the Indian captain now doing it in style. Placed perfectly between the deep mid-wicket and long on fielders. India 243 now for 7. As you so often seen this time again, trying to go for a sweep. Yes, Virat Kohli wants to come back for 2 and will come get it comfortably. The first one being taken very, very quickly. So at the end of over number 47, India 248 for 6. Vidarbha Cricket Association ground in Jamthan, Nagpur. Over number 48 to be bowled by Pat Cummins. 8 overs, 2 maidens, 28 for 2. For Cummins, 116. Virat Kohli's time, clipping it away towards the mid-wicket fielder. And that will be the end of the Indian captain's innings. 8 for 258 as he has been taken by Mark Stoinis. This time Mark Stoinis did not make any mistakes, so India lose Virat Kohli at the score of 258. Time down the leg side, clipping it away very, very smartly, but bowled around the legs instead of the bat. The ball clipped the stump, and India have lost wicket number 9 at 249. Kuldeep Yadav trying to move across his stumps to get a clip onto the boundary, playing it fine, but instead of the bat, the ball clipped the leg stump, and that was the end of Kuldeep Yadav. Cummins picking up his wicket number 4. Kuldeep Yadav gone at a runner ball 3, and India have lost wicket number 9. That will bring Jasprit Bumrah onto strike. Bumrah certainly no big hitter, but certainly will try and throw his bat at everything. Wickets for Kultanail was the man of the match in the Vizag game when India were restricted 126. The first delivery pulled away toward deep mid-wicket by Jasprit Bumrah. I beg your pardon, it's Mohammad Shami wearing shirt number 11. So that is Shami's second run, and also brings up the 250 for India in the 49th over. But 9 wickets gone. That is not the happy position that India would have liked to be in. 11 deliveries to go, and he's been bowled. Jasprit Bumrah bowled by Kultanail, and that brings to the close the Indian innings, and now a target of 251 for Australia as India have folded up for 250 in exactly 48.2 overs, and that will certainly make life a lot tougher for the Indian bowlers, because they've got to now certainly make sure that they have they attack and attack well. 250 is what India got in their 48.2 overs, bowled out for 250. 12 extras for India, 1 by, 7 leg byes and 4 wides. So that is how it all stood. Mohammad Shami returning not out on 2 of 4 deliveries. 3 wickets for, beg your pardon, 4 wickets for Pat Cummins, 1 for Kultanail, and 1 for Glenn Maxwell, 1 from Nathan Lyon, and 2 for Adam Zampa. India restricted to 250 runs in 48.2 overs.
This is the Highlight Show. The Highlight Show. One team on path of setting new records. Another made history in the past. And now, one more time. These two teams will fight each other to prove their might. 2 T20s, 5 ODIs, Australia Tour of India. Don't miss live commentary with cricket experts on Sports Flashes Radio, the global audio broadcaster of BCCI. Tune in now to Sports Flashes Radio, the world's biggest sports radio channel.
Here we go, what a start! Wow, he's crunched that very first ball. Oh, what about that? What about that? Oh, and another one! Easily done by the keeper.
It's about time for Indian T20 Showdown. T20 Showdown. Stay tuned to Sports Flashes. Sports Flashes. This is Sports Flashes Live.
The flying Finn from Helsinki is on his last lap, looking magnificently good for his 20th World Championship win.
Download Sports Flashes app or visit www.sportsflashes.com. Sports Flashes, world's biggest sports radio channel. Sports Flashes. Catch all the cricketing action and complete drama at one click of your phone.
He does that. Smack again onside, being peppered. Consecutive boundaries.
Don't miss. Download the app now. Sports Flashes, world's biggest sports radio channel. Sports Flashes.
Welcome back to the Vidarbha Cricket Association ground in Jamtha, Nagpur, where India have completed their first innings, put into bat, and they were bowled out for 250 exactly. 251 the target for Australia at 5.02 runs and over. Now it's all up to the bowlers now. The batsmen really did not flourish alongside Chetan Narula and Ravikant Singh. Chetan, one run out turned the match right on its head. That unfortunate run out of Vijay Shankar, straight drive, bullet speed from Virat Kohli off the fingers of Zampa. Must have stung his hand, but he didn't pull it away.
Well, absolutely, and it was just more than a run out in that spell. In fact, it was also the fact that he took a couple of wickets thereafter and totally broke the Indian middle order. You had Kedar Jadhav and MS Dhoni, 140 runs from those two in the last game. And they are very good players of spin, to be very honest. And on this pitch where the ball is gripping just a bit, getting some turn, to get those two players after Vijay Shankar, who had put on really good 80 runs, fluent 80 runs with Kohli, that really broke the back for India's batting. 250 is by no means a meagre total, but a lot will be dependent on the dew. If it arrives, Australia will be in pole position. If it doesn't arrive, they'll have a battle at hand contending with India's spinners.
Well, certainly the Indian spinners will be in business, and there is Kedar Jadhav, there is Kuldeep Yadav, plus Ravindra Jadeja. So just as Australia used 3 spinners with great effect, Glenn Maxwell bowled 10 overs for 42, and Nathan Lyon had 10 overs 42 for his own lone wicket, that of Ambati Rayudu. So the spinners doing the job for Australia, and it remains to be seen if the Indian spinners can get among the wickets. But it will all depend on how well Shami and Jasprit Bumrah get a start, because if they can give India a couple of wickets in the power play, then definitely the Indians would be fancying their chances of defending this not such a big target of 251 that they've given Australia. We were talking to Pat Cummins at the end of the innings, and he did mention that 250 is about par for this wicket. The pitch is not the easiest for stroke making. We did see a couple of shots being played in the air by the Indians, and they all were pouched by the Australian fielders, and that really showed that the aerial shots would not do, and if the fielders in the deep can really pick up those balls, then Australia will also not have their task easy, because shot making on this pitch is where the ball is stopping and coming a bit. It's not going to be easy. But Chetan, it must be said that a couple of wickets at the top could certainly set the cat among the pigeons for Australia.
I think Australia have provided a blueprint to India in terms of how to go about their bowling. You look at Pat Cummins in particular, 4 for 29. I thought he bowled exceptionally well first up to Rohit Sharma, mixing it up, bowling fuller deliveries, getting that shape at a good pace. And, you know, it's not easy to score runs off this pitch. And that's why we have Virat Kohli's innings, standout innings once again. But yes, Mohammad Shami and Jasprit Bumrah, if they can get a couple of wickets up top, especially with Aaron Finch in not in the best form, it would certainly cause or send waves through that Australian batting lineup. They will be wary of India's spin threat. We'll take a short break and come back on the other side.
Welcome back to Sports Flashes Radio. India were put into bat by Australia in the second one-day internationals, and they were bowled out for 250. Knock off 116 by Virat Kohli, the standout of the innings. 120 deliveries faced by Virat Kohli and 10 boundaries hit. The lone six of the match came off the bat of Vijay Shankar. But Chetan, it must be said that Vijay Shankar's luck, as they say, your run of luck is not the best when you get run out of your partner's blazing drive.
Absolutely. I can't tell you how much I feel for Vijay Shankar. I was there in Wellington when he was batting so well with Ambati Rayudu. India were in trouble there. They had lost early wickets, and Ambati Rayudu played a good knock, similar to what Virat Kohli did to dig India out. But he had that partnership with Vijay Shankar, and 98 runs they added, and 45 he scored, which was his highest ODI score. Today, almost repeat, although India didn't lose too many early wickets, but it was again Virat Kohli playing a great knock and Vijay Shankar batting so fluently. When he was at the crease, the partnership was flowing so fluently. And And what happens? He goes on to 46 and is run out again. So you really have to feel for the guy that he cannot, despite two good 40s in less than a month in ODI cricket. It's not always easy. He doesn't always get chances because Hardik Pandya is India's #1 all-rounder. But you really have to feel for the guy. And there is no doubt that if he had been at the crease for a little while longer, perhaps India could have reached 280, maybe 260, 280. Certainly, that the fact that they were able to reach 250 despite that middle order collapse is down to the fact that their partnership was so fluent. But again, like I said, you have to feel for Vijay Shankar. He's given a good account of himself, and I think day by day he's playing himself into India's World Cup squad.
More of a batting all-rounder, Vijay Shankar. Had bowled just 3 overs in the first ODI at Hyderabad. Didn't have the best of outings there. Didn't get a chance to bat because Kedar Jadhav and Dhoni put on 141 runs for the 4th wicket, and that took the match in India's favour. But Vijay Shankar certainly would be a happy man here. When you have a partnership, especially with your captain, it does a lot to your confidence. But now India have got the runs on the board, 250 of them. Is how will the Australia reply turn out? Indian fielders already out on the field warming up. We'll slip into a short break and be back in just a moment. Welcome back to the Vidarbha Cricket Association ground, and the Indian team is out on the field, and there's a Dhoni fan who's out on the pitch, and there is another gentleman out onto the pitch now trying to corner him. Security guards running in from all around. This is before the start of the Australian reply. Both the teams out, and then now we see the security coming out in numbers to get the offender out of the pitch, of the playing arena. India bowled out for 250 and the target for Australia 251. Jasprit Bumrah walking up to his bowling mark. Kuldeep Yadav tossing the new ball, possibly testing it if it smells right, but it is now the duo of Osman Khwaja and Aaron Finch, and it is Aaron Finch, the man on strike. Osman Khwaja at the non-strikers end to take you through the first 5 overs. Chetan Narula.
Thank you, Ravi, and quite a bit of a fun start there. Had a bit of a pitch invasion, if you can say so. But MS Dhoni up to the task. The fan looking for MS Dhoni had to give a bit of chase to Dhoni, who was trying to escape him. And then finally allowed a hug and a picture. But now I hope he's being well treated by the security guards. So it's Aaron Finch who's on strike. Big moment for him. A slip in position as Mohammad Shami runs in from the north end. And this is down the leg side, and he starts off with a wide. That means Australia are already off the mark with a wide.